everybody, Lyle here at CNS Corvettes with a shocking news brief for you. Just had a 98 Corvette in that we did rear shocks on. He wasn't sure they were bad, so he only wanted us to do the rears. Let me show you the shocks that he wasn't sure they were bad. As you can probably guess, that shock absorber was doing absolutely nothing at all to help him drive that car, to absorb the bumps, to stop body lean, to save his life in a bad situation. So I am doing a public service reminder today that every time you have the oil checked in your car or the oil changed in your car, the technician should be looking and checking your shocks. Now, if you have a way to get under your car and look at them, one of the easiest ways to tell that shocks have gone bad is that you'll end up with oil and dust leaking down the metal shaft, which tells you that the seal inside has gone bad and is no longer working. However, oftentimes with shocks, it's kind of like the story of the frog that you put in a pan full of water and you turn the temperature up 1 degree every minute, and he has no idea the temperature is getting hotter because it's going bad, getting hotter so much slowly, and by the time, before he knows it, he's boiling alive. That's kind of like shocks. Shocks go bad over time. Age and mileage, or age and mileage, or age or mileage can do all of that. So even if it's a low mile car, if it's 20 years old, I'm certain you need shocks. If it is a car that has been well maintained, just do a visual inspection, walk around, drive the car. You'll know if you need shocks if you're a car person. If you're not a car person, you need to have somebody check them for you because the following 3 reasons. Number 1, they are a safety feature. Now, people don't necessarily think of shocks being as important as brakes, but especially in a panic situation where you have to jam on the brakes to avoid hitting somebody or make that giant swerve right and left to avoid hitting a turtle, an alligator, a pedestrian, an elephant, whatever. Shocks come into play because what they are doing is they are not letting the car roll and not letting it get up on its side or not diving. It's keeping your brake line straight. There are so many things that shocks do that are important, but because they go bad slowly and they rarely just break in half catastrophically, that we tend not to think about them very often. So as a safety feature, you need to go ahead and check these. There are a lot of different options when it comes to shocks. You don't have to do factory shocks. You can do KYBs, you can do Bilsteins, you can do all kinds of different ones. And if you're into performance driving, obviously they go way up into the stratosphere price-wise and performance-wise. But this, after holding this shock and moving it around, I just felt I had to make a second video this week to remind you guys to please be mindful of your shocks, because I don't care what Corvette you're driving, I don't care if it's new, old, high mileage, low mileage, whatever. Just like you keep an eye on your brakes and your oil, keep an eye on your shocks, because your life may very well depend on it. And I care about you, and I want you to be safe. All right, thank you. Have a good weekend.